Kelly, aka Coco Source, coming at you from my bedroom. Sorry, hold on, let me just sit down a proper way. Try not to flash anybody. Alright, today I wanted to do another Storytime video, and today's Storytime is about vandalizing. First and foremost, I don't condone vandalizing at all. It's wrong, you guys. Don't do it. Because then you'll get in trouble, like I did. Or did I? I don't know, you'll have to find out. Okay. It all started when... Well, actually, maybe I shouldn't say her name. I'll just say my friend Jennifer. So my friend Jennifer and I, we were walking home from school one day, and there was this one kid that we didn't really like on our street, and his name was, I'll just call him Jared. So we didn't really like Jared. He was just kind of annoying to us, and we wanted to like get back at him for being so annoying. Guys, I'm not like a bully, like I promise you, I'm not. But just certain situations like escalate like my feelings about certain people. I don't know. At least when I was younger. Like this is when I was probably in like the 5th grade. So Jennifer and I decided that, you know, we were gonna get back at him for being so annoying to us and being like bugging us all the time and just ugh, you know. We had like the bright idea of, you know what? We're gonna vandalize his house. Like not like spray paint and stuff. I mean, had there been spray paint present, we may or may not have used it. I don't really know. We just, you know, stuff escalates really quickly, you know, when you're like in the heat of the moment. But no spray paint. We thought like, oh, let's just like toilet paper his house at first, right? We got home from school and he was walking home with one of his friends. They were walking down the street, we watched them, and then they went into the house. I'm not gonna tell you where the house was, but it was on our street. And so we preconceived this plan and stuff like that, and so we kind of like snuck some rolls of toilet paper from my house and like went over there, and in broad daylight, mind you, we toilet papered this guy's house. And then we got the bright idea like, hey, you know, maybe we can like find something else to put on there, like, you know, throw tomatoes or something like that. So we found like a tomato, and then we basically like raided my fridge just to like find stuff to throw at his house. Like we threw an egg, we threw a tomato at his front door, and then we got butter and we were like riding on the driveway with butter. And it was awful. Like I think there was maybe 1 or 2 eggs that were thrown in the process of this, and we were like, yes, you know, we're like, yeah, alright, we got him back, right? So we went to my house and we're like hanging out and stuff, and then we're like, oh my gosh, like we need to come up with like a story if anybody asks like, hey, was this you, or do you know who did this? So we came up with like, you know what, let's just say that if we were to see something, oh, we saw like these 2 guys, like one of them had a mohawk and then the other one, I don't know, they look kind of like me looking, and we saw them, you know, trash this house basically. So that was our story, and we were sticking to it. And the stupid thing about this whole thing is we thought that we got this guy's house, but it turns out that we weren't thinking. We were not thinking clearly. I mean, we saw Jared and his friend walk into that house, and then they left and went down the street. And we were thinking, oh, Jared lives right here. But then we later realized, like, oh shoot, we got the wrong house. His friend lives there. That's why they went there first, and then they went to Jared's house, which was further down the street. And the moment that we realized that was when we were hanging out on my porch, basically, and we see, like, Jared's friend come walking up the sidewalk from a house way down there that they went to. And he was walking up to the house, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh shoot, we have to hide, right? So we're ducking, like, behind the bushes. We're looking over there, he's like walking up, and then all of a sudden he gets like this disgusted look on his face, right? And he's like, you know, stupid sons of blah blah blah, who the hell did that to my house? Stuff like that. And we're just like, wait, your house? I thought this was Jared's house. And then it just hit us like a ton of bricks, like, oh shoot, we hit the wrong house. The one down the street was Jared's house, and this one was his friend's house that we saw him going to earlier. So we're just like, oh no. We vandalized an innocent person's house. We didn't have a beef with this guy, we had a beef with Jared. And so we're like, oh no, like, what's gonna happen? So we sneak back inside. Then my friend's like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go home. Like, you know, it's getting kind of late. Because it was getting kind of late. So she went home. And I'm just like, you know, remember what the story is. Like, if anyone finds out, or if anyone, like, questions you, this is what you're gonna say, right? So she's like, yeah, okay, yeah. So I'm like, okay, good. You know, we got this. You know, no one's gonna know. And later, we hear a knock at the door. It was the neighbor. Jared's friend's dad came to the door and was like asking my parents, because my parents answered the door, like, you know, hey, did you happen to see anything like this afternoon? Like, someone totally trashed our house and, you know, stuff like that. And they like asked me and they asked my sister. We're like, oh no, we didn't see anything, like, I don't know. And then I was like, wait, I think I might have seen something. Like, there were these two guys and they're kind of mean looking, and one of them had a mohawk and stuff like that. Not that people that have mohawks are mean. It was just like I needed something to tell them, so I just said one of them had a mohawk. And they're like, oh, okay, well, be sure to let me know if you, like, see those guys again. Or I'm just like, yeah, sure. Like, totally playing it off cool. By the way, I don't condone lying at all. Like, you'll never get away with it. And even if you do, you still have that, like, guilt. And it's not good to lie, you guys. Like, don't do it. So I'm like, okay, I'm in the clear. You know, no one's gonna know. And then I guess he might have gone to my friend Jennifer's house to ask, like, them, like, hey, did you see anything? And I didn't know this at the time. But then, not even 10, 15 minutes later, I hear a knock at the door. I think it was my mom and me. Like, we both kind of answered the door. And when the door swung open, I saw Jennifer's mom, her dad, and her. And she's in the middle. And she's, like, tears just rolling down her face. And she's just crying. And immediately I knew, like, oh crap. You snitched. You confessed. And then her mom's like, yeah, it turns out that Kelly and Jennifer were the ones that, you know, totally trashed this guy's house and, like, totally vandalized it. And then my mom was like, what? And then I'm just like, oh shoot. Like, I, like, backed up, and then they're like, you know what, you need to go apologize to them, and then you're freaking grounded. Basically, my friend Jennifer and I had to go over to their house and, like, you know, ring the doorbell and say, hey, you know, we're really sorry. We actually thought that this was Jared's house, but we made a mistake. And you know what, we're really sorry. Like, we didn't mean to trash your house like this. Like, it totally got out of hand, and, like, one thing led to another, and, you know, we just apologized. And the dad was like, you know, he was kind of upset, but he was very forgiving, and you know, we basically said like, you know, we'll clean up the mess, and he actually let it be known to us like, you know, I'm trying to sell my house, like we're moving, and I'm trying to sell this house, and this was literally like the last thing that he needed at this point, because here he is trying to sell his house, and then what if a buyer or someone came over to look at the house, then this is what they would find. Like, ugh, I felt so bad. I felt absolutely terrible. And so we're like, you know, we cleaned up the mess, and then after that, we were grounded. Like, I was grounded for 3 weeks. I don't even know how long Jennifer was grounded for, but... So that is the end of this story. If you get anything from this, just... Moral of the story is, just don't vandalize, don't trash somebody's house even if you're mad at them. It's just not cool. I mean, toilet papering is one thing, like toilet papering is kind of fun, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've been toilet papering with my friends before on multiple occasions, like when I was younger, and it was always super fun. Do I regret it? No. I don't know, I feel like that's something that everyone should experience at least one time in their childhood. Like, it's a part of growing up, you know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the story time, and you know, I will probably be doing a lot more because I've got like, just flash you the list. I've got a big old list right here. Like, it's pretty extensive. Hit that like button, subscribe, become a member of, you know, I don't know what I should call, you know, the clan. Oh, Cocosaurus clan? Become a member of the Cocosaurus clan. And also, you can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is on my page, but I can also link it down below. And yeah, that's a wrap. So I'll just see you guys in the next video. Bye!